That is the biggest bottle of colon blow I've ever seen.
What is colon blow?
I think you can guess.
I suppose that's true.
Wait, so I know what Suja green juice is. What do you have in there now? Would you make a big batch of?
This is like my circulation beet powder.
Ooh.
It's a very delicious drink that I just reuse this bottle until it dies.
Wow. So yeah, you're not concerned with microplastics.
I am slightly concerned, but there are so many things to be concerned with that
Right.
I
It's like
how
pick your
many
battles.
can I think about?
Pick your battles.
I
Yeah.
can go crazy about microplastics, but then when I have like 6 beers, I blast a cig, and I'm like, I can't really complain about
it's tough.
microplastics anymore.
It's tough. It's tough.
If I smoke a cigarette I found on the ground.
What a guest we have today.
I'm so stoked. We flipped. I'm on like zero sleep today.
You really? You were out last night?
I was not out, but I was within.
Right.
Yeah.
It was your appointment.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
It was fun. It was a good one. It was very chill, very just like a lying, eyes closed kind of
Visuals? No visuals?
Some visuals, a lot of like thoughts and interesting like things appeared to me. But
You come out of it with any new...
I came out of it feeling like I took a deep breath and a big exhale. Like I truly felt like it felt great.
That's amazing. That's worth every second of it.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable.
That was awesome.
Yeah. But now I'm like freebasing coffee and eating a burrito in like 8 seconds because I'm on like 2 hours sleep.
Yeah. No, Cole, my son is still with me in LA. We're on spring break. His spring break, and so last night
you guys went to Senor Frogs.
We went to Senor Frogs, and we really ripped it up.
Cole came home with a ton of beads.
No, and I can't wait to find out how the rest of his night was as soon as I find him.
I put him in a Waymo.
No, I did put him in a Waymo home yesterday because we went out to breakfast, but then I had to come here and I put him in a Waymo home because honestly, I felt more comfortable about him being in a Waymo than an Uber because of 13, you know?
Yeah.
But the Waymo got stuck behind a fire truck and he couldn't get out. And it was like a whole ordeal.
Now you can't leave, Cole.
It was like a whole ordeal at the hotel, and I knew it was bad. And then I got out of the first session we did, and I texted him, "How was it?" And he was like, "Never taking a Waymo again."
that sounds like Cole.
Yeah.
I'm stoked to talk to our guest. For one of our few absolutely yoked guests, we've get a handful, but now it's exciting to.
I'm sure I'm gonna gush about this, but like anybody in stunts, I love stunt people.
They're the coolest people on set. They're the only people cooler than actors.
Always. And they're and not only are they cooler, they're like, the movies don't get made unless someone is willing to hurt themselves for it. And it always, actors have such hubris, they're like, I'll do my own stunt, and it doesn't look as good. It's always better. You know?
Plus, share the jobs. Let the stunt people do what they do best. Make the money. Come on.
We're all gonna be AI in 2 weeks. So what does it matter?
As a matter of fact, You're
having like an Elon Musk.
I have my little kid on my shoulder so no one can headshot me.
That's not going to last much longer. Some country is going to be like, shoot through the child.
Please.
Yeah.
Do you think he doesn't have a weird body as much as he has a Kevlar vest underneath his skin?
No, I think he has a weird body.
He has a fucking objective.
He has objectively
I'm not here to body
weird.
shame, but homeboy has like an inside out sternum.
He is built, Elon Musk is built like a modern staircase.
Yeah. He looks like a fucking MC Escher painting.
Yeah. He's the Cartier crash. He's dented all over.
With the Doge.
It's so cool.
X.
It's so cool.
I am a gamer.
Here, you be Elon Musk. I'll be Theo Vaughn. You ever go on a hot day? It's a hot day, and you're like, there's a couple things that could quench my thirst. Like one of them is water. Water, because water's everywhere. You're like, I get that everywhere. I get that water. Get that water. But there's always that one kid, Pedro, right? And Pedro's dad drives an ice cream truck, right? So you hold out for the water. You know what I'm saying, Elon?
Ice cream truck. Ice cream is a food that a lot of people eat.
Right.
And a lot of people like it. And I too have become meme.
Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? So there's like you feel me? So there's like so in that and then in that ice cream truck.
Yeah, the truck for the ice cream, like Sweet Tooth from
in
Twisted Metal.
In that ice cream truck, when you so thirsty because it's hot out and Pedro's in that truck.
Consider your thirst trapped.
Yep.
Consider you got a thirst trap.
You know exactly what I'm saying. So
I have become meme.
You're in that, and it's thirsty, and boom.
Son, check what's ticking in that backpack.
Oh, that's it. No.
Come on, young extrapolation or whatever the fuck your name is. Come on, Pythagorean theorem. Go check what's in that fucking bag.
You got a lot of kids. It's like my hometown.
I'm so tired of hearing of your hometown.
Oh, well, you got to hear about my mom. She was a teacher. For special ed.
Raccoon meat.
She taught special ed kids, man. And there was always just one of them, you know? One of them, real buck-toothed one of them, you know? Anyway, come back to our new podcast, Elon and Theo. Our guest this week is David Spade.
I'll do anything.
I got a feel for it. All right, can't wait to talk to her.
Jessie Graff.
That is a large bottle.
It is a large bottle.
Is that the amount of your drink
Beet
that you need,
fluids
fluids that you need to drink, like that a human should be drinking?
Yeah, I would definitely get through that in the first couple hours.
So it's a major part hydration, but then also with the beet powder in there, it's good for circulation and brings all the other beet elements in there.
Yeah, it's super healthy. It's formulated by this rock climbing scientist. I started listening to his podcast. He's like super scientific about
we got to get him on. Who's he?
Oh my
Let
god,
me write this down.
He's a genius.
We host a podcast and we're neither of those things.
Yeah, Devon.
I'm nowhere near.
Guy. What's his name?
His name is Eric Hurst, and the podcast is called Training for Climbing.
Okay.
It's so cool because he talks about like a lot of people do energy system training with heart rates and running, and I love that stuff. I've been studying a ton of that. But
like Orange Theory type deal, like when you're
way more advanced than that.
Okay, all right. So it's
Maintaining your zone 2 cardio.
Right, but the idea is like when is your body burning the most calories for in what?
No, it's like. So I train at this place called Game Ready Performance, and they focus on Orange Theory is kind of like targeting this one zone. We look at 5 different zones and we try to optimize all 5 of them, because if you optimize all 5 of them, then your heart is going to be so much stronger, so much more functional. And then, of course, me as an athlete, I'm trying to be the best sprinter I can. And I didn't realize before how important aerobic training is. I've never done a sport where I had to be continuously going for more than like 3 minutes. And so I hadn't trained any aerobic.
Because sprinting is a legit like race. Where it's like gun goes off.
I was a pole vaulter, so I was running 100 feet, not 100 meters.
Wow.
So like for me, it was like,
I just want to tell you, I do not know the difference. I cannot picture it.
A foot is like 1/3 a meter. Yeah. So
that did nothing to clear anything up.
100 feet is 30 yards.
You're making it worse. I am literally in a dark room. Right?
I joined that gym and
One football field?
They put me in the friend zone. They're like trained in the friend zone where we'll never hook up with you. I was like, what the fuck? No, I'm just kidding.
You're like, that's okay. I love you, and I just want you to be happy. So when you say like I'm training to sprint and optimize sprinting, you're an American Ninja Warrior. Is that your primary sport? Is that it's like you are a ninja. You go to these places and you do those, like the things you see on American Ninja Warrior, the things you see on the internet with these enormous tracks with all these different levels. You compete on a timed race in those things. That's what you're training for.
Sometimes. Okay. My primary thing is actually stunts. I've been doing stunts for 20 years now.
God bless.
And thank you.
Seriously, God bless the backbone of our industry.
The best people to get stuck talking to at Crafty on set.
The only other department I like to socialize with is stunts. They are the most salt of the earth, normal, just so they love making movies the way that the actors and directors love making movies.
Oh my gosh.
And it's
I'm
like,
in love with it. For sure.
Truly, you are the backbone of this town. You know,
It's so awesome.
And have we ever worked together before?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay.
She doubled for you in Sonic.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like you might have been my
put like
double.
a lace stubble beard on and like do
I
a
feel like
roller skating wipeout.
I did double someone with a beard once.
Really?
Oh.
It was driving, so they were like, "Oh, we can't see you." No
What
cares.
what
Do you
is
have
your?
do you have a
Please.
stunt specialty? Are
Yeah,
you like,
that's what I was
we
gonna
got to
ask.
bring Jessie in because it's a fall, a drive, a
What's
squib?
your favorite stunt to do?
Favorite? I mean, I love being up in the air, flying, soaring. So like wire work where I'm just really high and like swinging, and swooping.
I fucking hate wire
That just
work.
made me so scared.
I hate wire
My
work.
stomach dropped.
uncomfortable.
You acting it
I
out.
hate
Do you
wire
love
work so
harnesses?
bad. Oh my god, a harness! I
only wear a harness one night a week.
I don't mind a swing. I don't mind a swing. But no,
Getting in and out of that thing's a pain in the ass.
for a chubby guy, or even not a chubby guy, a guy with not a ripped physique where everything is tight, a harness is hell because you're just every part of your body that's not held in, and I'm not talking about like the crotch harness. I'm talking about like
The jerk vest.
Yeah, that will fuck you up to no. I looked like a zebra after that day of stunts.
Oh yeah. That's right.
By the way, I need to own a jerk vest.
I thought you did.
It's like a thunder shirt. Like when it's when there's
pretty
like
awesome.
fireworks, they put a jerk vest on.
But yeah, that
I hate hanging from things. I mean, I'm 300 pounds. I'm not ideal to be like when I went skydiving, I wasn't 300 pounds, but you hang from like your thigh meat.
Yeah.
in that
Oh, yeah.
little like
But
harness.
that's even easier than the vest because the vest gives what the vest does is it gives you the impression of flying without the
full support
of your bottom so that you can't tell that you're like, you know, being held up by your so you're literally just being held up by your core.
Oh, they wouldn't even do that to me. There's not like a set that would handle
There
it.
was a question of whether or not they should do it to me. And the director, he will remain nameless, Jorma Ciccone, he was like, no, he can handle it.
Without consulting.
And we were like old friends, so he was like, no, he'll handle it, which is what I probably would have said because I would never have been like, no.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I was up in the air, my voice went like 5 registers higher, and I was like, it's pitching me.
Oh yeah. No, I've had moments where like some of the stunts, you got the harness, but then if you're on a 3D moving one, then you have 3 different points and they can steer your body in every direction.
Yeah.
Which means that when they wind you up in a certain direction, you also have 3 wires just like boa constrictor cutting you, and they're each like a 1/4 inch
I did
wide.
that.
And so I had this moment where it was like, I kind of felt like whining. I wasn't saying anything, but I'm just
Right.
like, I'm so uncomfortable. And then I look around and I'm like, oh, I'm also 60 feet high with like the most beautiful ocean on one side
Yeah.
and a desert on the other. And I'm about to do like the coolest stunt ever. And like,
And be paid.
and be paid for it.
Yeah, what was this stunt or what movie or show was this?
It was for Wonder Woman.
Oh, fun.
1984.
Oh,
And
sick. Are you also a martial artist like a lot of stunt people? Do you also train martial arts?
Yeah. All of my martial arts training has been with the intention of doing stunts. So
For choreo
if I
purposes,
got, so like I don't punch hard.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
yeah.
that's like when you don't need Krav Maga to sell stunt fights. Like you don't need like a full self-defense course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's truly like you get to find out like where the camera is going to be. Even more information a lot of times than we get because there's so many more variables, you know. And
even as an actor, all you want to do is like the stunt adjacent stuff of like,
Yeah.
I kick this door down with a gun is like all
Yeah.
you want to do, and then the stunts are always that, you know.
Yeah, I know, it's great. You get to do you get to do the money shot.
We
all
had
the
a-
time.
I considered. I actually majored in theater because I wanted to be an action hero.
This
like
was
an actor.
always what you wanted to do.
Well, I thought I wanted to be an actor. My mom was a Broadway dancer, and so when I told her I wanted to be Xena when I grew up,
Did you grow up in New York City?
until I was 9, and then
Wow.
we moved into the woods in Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, that's usually what happens.
Yeah,
About 9 years.
The woods are where stunt people are built.
Yeah.
true.
About 9 years in New York City, you need the woods.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was trying to be Xena, running around like doing flips off of trees and
Awesome.
on the rooftop, and
Yeah.
I might have watched a ton of Xena too, probably for different reasons.
Perhaps.
Yeah. You're both looking at different things.
I met Lucy Lawless because she worked. She was married to a guy who worked on Ash versus Evil Dead in New Zealand when I was there with my wife, and I was just like, "Hi!" Like I was like fully like. I was like Tex Avery cartoon.
Oh no!
Roll my tongue back. Jam it in.
She was like, "I'll help you out. I'll sign you."
She threw that little fucking chakra thing at me in the fucking neck.
So how do you go from you get into Hollywood, you're doing stunts, you're working, and then you discover ninja?
Yeah. Well, even before that, so I thought I would do stunts and acting. And I was leaning towards like, oh, I'll be an action actor and do my own stunts. And when I met more people, especially when I was getting into the industry, they were like, well, it's two totally different directions. You have to network in two different fields. You have to choose. And there was also like a stigma against like, oh, stunt people can't act and actors can't do stunts.
I hope that's gone away a little.
I think it has faded a lot. There's way more crossover.
Totally.
But at the time when they told me, oh, you have to choose, I had to think about like, well, would I rather be doing all the feelings and getting the credit or doing the superhero moves and nobody knows who you are, but like you get to feel like a hero. And I was like, I want to do the moves.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I just wouldn't feel like I was getting to do. And it was just when I realized that, it was like, oh, I'm stunts all the way.
Yeah.
I just want to train all the time.
What you're not saying there either is on one path you have to hang out with actors all the time, and on the other path you get to hang out with stunt people all the time.
Yeah.
I can tell you as one of the people on this path, you don't want to be hanging out with actors all the time.
No. And there is, as an actor too, there is always that feeling, where it comes time for the stunt and you got to switch. And the stunt goes great and everyone claps and they hold the set and they switch you back in. And you do have this little sinking feeling because you're like, I didn't do that. You know what I mean? And then you're like, and you have to
I can't believe I survived that fall.
And you got to walk, and then you're like, get back up in a hard way and look around, and it's like, and no matter what, I don't care what actor it is, Tom Cruise to Jack Black to whatever, it's just like, you feel both indebted to the stunt double, and it is a real indictment of your own limits.
Well, you're like, there's like a jealousy there.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise probably has like a stack of dead stunt doubles somewhere.
Oh yeah,
because he just does everything himself, and then it's like the only things he won't do are like, I want to pass through helicopter blades while they're moving.
Yeah, there's like that. There's that famous like Matt Damon story about Tom Cruise where they were having dinner and talking, and Matt Damon was like, what's the craziest stunt you've ever wanted to do? And Tom Cruise was like explaining how he wanted to he's like, I was going to jump from like the Burj Khalifa and get picked up by a helicopter right as the moment that I jumped off the ledge of the building. So you thought I was but they wouldn't let me, the stunt guy wouldn't let me do it. And Matt Damon's like, so what happened? He goes, we got a new stunt guy.
And then he did it.
And he did it in Mission Impossible. Yeah.
So I'm assuming you get a little banged up doing this profession. What do you do to stay alive? What else are you doing for yourself?
Besides the beet juice.
Besides the beet juice, I'm sure there's other recovery elements, and you gotta.
So many. I mean,
you got a Theragun. You got a ice bath. What are we doing for recovery?
It depends on the day, the year, the month. So many things. I think my favorite is foam rolling.
Yes.
Really? Still?
Yes.
The vibrating foam roller.
The vibrating foam, like the ball?
There's a ball, there's a roller, there's 3 different sizes of ball.
Yeah, my wife takes that and disappears for hours. Foam rolling.
Yeah. Well, you told me that the same thing was happening with your toothbrush.
Yeah. She's in the shower with the foam roller and the toothbrush. I don't know what she's doing in there.
And a webcam.
Oh, goodness.
Our checking account's finally going up. Oh, foam rolling is like one of those things that hurts so much but feels so good.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that's difficult to make time for because you're like, I only have I got to do cardio or whatever.
Can I ask you a question about foam rolling in your expertise? Because it's something that always, anytime I go to foam roll, I'm like, should I be doing this before the workout or after the workout? Because
Yes.
I've been great. No further questions, Your Honor.
Whenever.
It depends. So like, it's good to activate your muscles with a little bit of foam rolling. The vibrating is even better.
What does that add to it? Like, why is the vibrating so much more beneficial?
I've heard mixed things. I think the most supported evidence just says that it makes it slightly more comfortable so that you're more likely to actually do it.
So it's kind of splitting the difference between foam rolling and theragunning too at that point.
It's both of them.
Yeah, it's like both at the same time.
Exactly.
That's cool.
For me, it definitely feels like it's doing more. I don't know if
Can
it
you take
is,
that on
but
the plane? They
feels
take it out of your
amazing.
carry-on? Or?
Occasionally they take it out of the carry-on, but I've never had them take it away.
Okay.
Yeah, and by the way, you should start carrying it so that they take that and not your like collection of vapes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't need anyone going through my
Distraction.
carry-on.
Yeah.
Take that, not all my. We don't do drugs.
So you're foam rolling consistently. You're all the time on a foam roller.
I don't have a couch. I have a variety of foam rollers.
Right.
So
Is that true?
That's true. I don't own a chair either.
Really? So what are you uncomfortable right now?
Yes.
Is this crazy? Should
Can we get her a foam roller?
What
would be your optimal way to sit? Or should we stand?
So I stack foam rollers or balance pads, and I've just moved positions every 3 minutes maybe. I don't have, instead of a table, I have plyo boxes of various heights.
Well, let's get comfortable now. Let's get comfortable now.
so
What's
hold
the
on.
best way? Hold on.
Do you have
I have this. I have this. This is a thing of wood. It's like a circular thing of wood.
Yeah, this is probably.
Would this
I
be
love
better?
those. I do have one of those at home.
Is this better, or should I turn it on its side?
Oh my gosh, you know what we could do?
Huh?
All right. See.
Turn it on its side. And
Oh,
sit.
I love this.
Okay, So you want us to straddle the?
You do that one. I'm not prepared for that.
all right. So I'm straddling the wooden ottoman, and I gotta tell you,
I'm doing a paleo
Here,
heels down
add
squat.
one of these guys.
I was just gonna say this is not comfortable.
Yeah,
this is hurting
it's not
me.
going to last long. So, and I can see why this might be worse for guys. But
I don't know much about anatomy, but this is bad.
the thing that's nice here is that I can open my hip flexors. So a lot of people, when you sit in a chair, your
Right.
hip flexors get really tight, and it causes you to get anterior pelvic tilt. So it's like your hips lean forward, your lower back
APT.
arches. ABC?
BBD?
ABC,
APT?
BBD.
The East Coast family.
I don't know.
Never skipped a beat. Now.
We're doing boys to men.
Yeah, no. Anyway, so all right.
We're
so
actually
saying-
technically men to boys.
All right. All right. I have a question.
This is excellent. Oh, I'm getting one of these.
You're getting
Maybe.
It's basically just a wood ottoman.
Yeah.
From like Crate and Barrel 2, I'm guessing.
These are Team Coco. He's gonna be furious when he sees that we flipped his ottomans on the side.
Yeah.
Sorry, Team Coco.
It's fine. Trust me, he'll be fine.
I'm so much more comfortable.
Actually, you
amazing.
know what? Now that the cushion is on, I am a lot more comfortable. Gabrus, I wish.
Are you sure your hips aren't lying?
No, they don't lie.
Your hips don't lie. No, I'm just kneeling.
One more.
My hips don't lie, but the
Oh, here. You need these under your knees.
Oh, okay.
Because now you have
is
hip
kneeling
extension
is
too.
kneeling better than sitting?
It depends on how your knees are.
Okay.
I think basically it keeps your hips in better alignment, so you're less likely to get the standard muscle imbalance that people get from sitting too much.
Okay.
But
Sitting is the new smoking, is what I've heard.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's as bad.
I can't imagine.
I can't imagine it is.
It can't possibly be as
Should I
bad, yeah.
smoke? Well, if you're already sitting, you might as well grab blast a few
Yeah.
fucking darts.
And you don't want to mess with big chair. So you're sitting, you're foam rolling. Anything that
I'm trying to picture your living room.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have the best living room
Is
ever.
it like terraformed to be more or less a Ninja Warriors? Like, do you have like rings that you when you watch Severance?
So
you hang
many
Or does it
rings.
look like where they keep Harley Quinn and Joker too?
I don't remember.
Yeah, no one does. Anyway,
Okay.
keep going.
This is so much.
Are you
better.
supposed to sit on both testicles or just one?
Wait, you have two?
You want to be
Wait, no, we're supposed
symmetrical.
to
Yeah.
have two.
No, I got the one.
We gotta have a testicle expert in here, Devin. Book one.
I got the second one on Facebook Marketplace. It just came in.
I actually was only born with one. This is way too much information, but I had an undescended testicle, and I had to have surgery when I was a child to drop my ball from my abdomen into my scrotum. And this is again another layer of too much information. You can tell which one was medically really descended. Yeah, I'm a little uneven.
I had a cousin.
I didn't notice. From
you.
standing here with you sitting at a table.
I had a cousin who there's like a thing when like you're really young, sometimes like your penis doesn't descend, you know, it doesn't like come out of the thing. And I had a cousin like that, but we were able to scare it out of him.
You scared his pecker straight?
Yeah. No, it was just
Can I
like
have that can I have my coffee?
Yeah, sure. No, it just like pops out. You heard a sound too. Yeah.
So talk us a little bit about what. Tell us what your apartment looks like, because like we already have photos of you getting in and out of your apartment at night. So like,
Tell us what the inside looks like.
What does your apartment look like now? Because it's always been a joke, but you're like when you watch Ninja Warrior, they're like, here they are training at home, and it's like you have this in your fucking yard or in your basement, and so you have like a crazy like old
you walk in the front door, and you know those houses that have like the split level where there's stairs that go up and down. Mine all have like a ledge, so you can monkey bar up the stairs.
Oh, awesome! You have like one of those houses. Did you do that during COVID? Because I saw a lot of people like turn their houses.
I started
into, like,
after COVID.
Oh.
Actually, no, I was in a different house.
Okay.
I started in 2014, turning the living room into a gym. I moved in 2022. And now the whole house
is a gym.
So once you monkey bar up the stairs, the whole hallway is a climbing wall. So you can climb down the hall to get into the bathroom.
I don't even like going down the stairs without coffee.
Yeah. Do you do that? Do you do that? Is that your part of your routine?
It depends on the day, because I'm targeting those energy systems.
Oh, right. So it's like because you don't want. That's interesting. So you're really, really monetizing your body's energy. You're really like economizing when to work out and when not to, which is I think something that I would never think of. It was just like, if I have time, get it in, because if you don't, you're never going to get it in.
I would always think about not working out. I'm constantly thinking about
but you know what I mean? Like I feel like most people think if you get it in, just get it in. But
for sure. I mean, top priority is move. Do something. If you only have 20 minutes, then like ideally, it's great if you can think about what's the most efficient 20 minutes I can do. But if your whole job is being as healthy as possible so that you can do like the coolest tricks and compete well, then you have more time to put focus on how to optimize.
And with Ninja Warrior and Stunts, you can't really, it's not like you can't be hyper specific in your training. Like you can't be exclusively climbing, because you'll need some plyos, some jumping, you'll need some kicking, punching, that kind of stuff. But it could be easy to be like, get trapped into one
so
thing.
Easy.
Yeah.
Because
like runners are like, yeah, you're in great shape, but like, God forbid you have to like move laterally or do a chin up or something like that.
Yeah. And
this is so funny to just say while I'm kneeling. I feel like I might as well
switch.
I might as well put my shoes on my knees.
You could.
Yeah,
do like on wellness. Do you wanna switch?
Yeah, you wanna try? Let me try that. Should we keep our seats for?
No, you can have
content? Yeah. Let's see if this works.
Oh,
thanks for playing this game with me, guys.
It actually does kind of feel nice on my back. Like I'm getting kind of a little stretch on my back here from doing this.
I remember when I was a PA at VH1 back in the day, a lot of the editors and engineer types, they all got into the Swiss balls. They all switched to the big blue balls instead of chairs.
Swiss balls are less hateful than standing desks.
Yeah, I wonder.
To me, we're just like when I've walked into an office setting and someone's sitting on a ball, I can't tell if I hate them more or less than someone who's walking at a desk.
Oh yeah, you have to stop walking if we're doing a general.
Yeah, if it's general meeting is going on and you're walking at your desk,
and I would rather you say like, let's walk around the lot together.
Yes, but
then I'm walking and you sit there and drink like eat M&Ms off my counter.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to figure out who I hate more. But anyway, so you.
By the way. This is
not bad.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad we did this.
I like that you can also kind of dance.
Yeah.
Under
you
the table.
You can move a little bit.
But I'm staying centered on
I have restless leg
she's
syndrome.
a pro.
I have restless leg syndrome, and I really often wonder how many calories I'm burning by just like constantly, going up and down.
Yeah, the anxiety calorie burn.
Yeah.
So important game to play with that is if you sit with your knees bent at 90 degrees and you just do little really quick toe taps with your toes. So your heels stay down, your toes tap. Then you strengthen your anterior tibialis. That's the muscle on the front of your shin. And that one is really good for preventing shin splints.
Wow.
Jessie, do you sleep?
I'm a
Or you're
big
like
sleeper.
upside down.
Yeah, upside down on
Doing
ring
sit-ups.
rows. Like I sleep in an iron cross.
I've been a little OCD about getting my sleep since high school.
Oh, wow.
I found out pretty quickly that if I get less than 7 hours 2 nights in a row, I just feel terrible. So I have an alarm for myself to force myself to go to sleep because I'm a night owl. I would stay up and work till 3 a.m. all the time, but then I can't be functional in the morning. So,
Right.
so I just force myself to go to
especially
sleep.
if you're working on sets, it's like call time is 5:30 in Carson.
My
whatever.
earliest was 1:45 a.m.
Jesus,
Whoa.
that's
The earliest call time I've
That's
ever
like-
had.
Who
I
were
went-
you,
I
who
went-
were you
I stayed up-
bodybuilding? Jim Carrey and the Grinch?
I was a zombie.
so
hours
you
of-
need makeup.
Was that one of those fun things where you're running and you get shot? You have to like
So many times.
fall in a fun way.
Oh, it was so great because there's like an army of us, It's
Right.
Army of the Dead, and so the front line is all the stunt people. We just get plowed down with guns. We fall, and then they replace our bodies with extras wearing the same clothes, and then we go
You
become
change your
the next
clothes. Yeah.
line
Oh, that's-
and die again. So we're just dying over and over.
Awesome. I did not
That
know
is-
how they did that.
That is fucking cool. You're like, hey, on this one, I'm gonna go ass over tea kettle. It's like, let it rip, Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great plan.
Me? I'm going bullet through the dome. Plow!
Yeah. I mean, I don't mean to infantilize this, but this is like what I did when I was a kid. Was like,
for sure.
shoot people, get shot, like dive with your fake guns and
What's
shit.
your favorite way to get shot? Like, do you do like a? Because like for me, anytime I would be in a scene getting shot, I'm always like, oh, throwing my body back like that. Like, well, what's your getting shot way?
I guess I usually go with on most shows, they just want the realistic standard, like
Right.
head reaction, body goes limp. So my favorite one was on Hawaii Five-0, where I was playing a sex trafficker, and we ended with a
Constantly
hardcore
typecasting you, Jesse.
chase. Right? I was supposed to be like the one because they suspect that I've been kidnapped.
But you're
And so as they're
actually
tracking me down, trying to
Ghislaine.
rescue
You're
me, they
Ghislaine.
realize that
Yeah.
I'm the actual bad guy. So I get chased, and we go up this crane, and then I'm over the water, and then I get shot.
Who
And
shoots
so-
you?
Who what?
Who shot you from the cast?
Because our friend Zach was.
Who killed me that time?
No, he's Magnum PI.
No, he's Hawaii Five.
No, he was Magnum
Yeah,
PI.
yeah. Scott Kahn.
He tripped me with a cooler, took me out. I had a bike accident.
But what happened on set?
Yeah.
He did that at Crafty.
So you get shot. So it's like
Well, so the first time he took me out was I was playing a triathlete bank robber.
of course.
Wait, so you would like rob a bank and then dive in the water, swim to your bike,
Correct.
shift, and get on it?
Yes.
Dude, I love a show that goes more than 3 seasons because you start fucking digging deep for
Yeah.
ideas.
It's like someone was on their way to work and stopped while triathletes were running across, and they were like, "I'm gonna be late for the room."
It's like,
I got an
just
idea.
cracked my outline. That's so awesome. Run, biking, swimming away from a
So
crime.
all right,
so good.
and so then he takes you out. But when he shot you, so you're on the thing and he shoots you, is it a headshot? Because I feel like I've
I
only
don't
been shot.
remember.
I've only been shot
I
in
wanna
like a
say it was
shoulder.
a shoulder,
yeah.
maybe.
I was on a shoulder and on a harness in the middle, so it was like shot and yanked as if I was like
So
getting.
that was a big gun.
It was a yeah, I
Bazooka?
guess so. It was a comedy, so like I don't even
Oh,
know
okay, okay.
if the gun mattered. Yeah,
Right.
But it was
All guns
stressful.
matter.
Right, I know that's how you feel. I know that's how you feel. Don't worry, we're not coming for yours.
Now, Jesse, did you fall off the crane for this shot?
Right. So the crane is over the water at that point. So they wanted it to not look like just a normal high fall. So I had to take the reaction, hit the board that I was on, and then ricochet off of it. So it was like a spinny death.
What part of you hit the water? Like, how did you land in the water?
Gosh, it was so long ago.
Did you get hurt?
I did not get hurt.
Wow, that's impressive.
But then it's also like the funny thing is you have to think about when you hit the water, if you're diving,
you
jumping,
can't swim.
you exhale, right? So you exhale all your air and then you're like, oh, now I have to play dead and keep my face in the water.
Oh.
Don't look like you're trying to breathe.
Oh my God, yeah. I've told Gabrus this story, but one of the worst times I've ever had to film anything was underwater work where I was playing someone who was paralyzed from the neck down, who lands from like 60 feet up into water. And so we did the stunt outside, and it was scary, but it was fine. But then the next day we had to go inside to like the water tank.
Yeah.
And in order to get you in the frame, like floating through, they have to like weigh you down with weights. And it is truly one of the scariest things ever when there's like a thing in your ear and they're telling you what to do, and they pull the tank away, and then the guy lets you go. And you have to pretend that you're paralyzed. And then you realize, oh my God, I really am sinking to the bottom of this thing. And you're watching like the surface go further and further away.
Did you have to equalize your ears?
Yes, it was, and it was just like really stressful, really stressful day at work.
Off that falling into the water, having to exhale thing, me and Justin up at his lake house did this thing where we took a hit of a bowl at the top of his cliff, held it in, dove off the cliff 60 feet, hit the water, and then you come back up and then exhale the weed smoke. We wrote it into a script, and someone was like, that actually can't be done. And then when we were up at Justin's house, I'm like, I think I could do it, dude. He's like, all right. And the addendum to the story that's really funny is Justin's brother goes last, and we're on the boat waiting for him to jump off the cliff. He takes a rip from the bowl, and he's like, all right, throws the lighter to us in the boat. Now, this is 60 feet up and like 30 feet out. It goes right into the guy driving the boat's hand. And he's like, holy shit. And he's like, now throw the bowl. And he just throws the bowl and it goes like 60 feet over us. And it's like, wait, the lighter we could have lost. The bowl just sails. We were so confident that the second one was going to go exactly that well. And we're like, all right, thanks, Johnny.
You ever have something like that happening?
Wait, did you do it? Did you succeed?
I did it. I succeeded. Yeah, it was crazy.
60 feet is no joke.
Yeah,
like,
it's
that's
terrifying.
I did impact.
I did it in my 20s hundreds of times. And then when I did it in my mid 30s at Justin's, we did it the morning of his wedding.
Yeah.
Like, all the groomsmen went to go do it. And I was like, this is scarier than I remember.
Yeah, it's always...
I'm older and fatter now.
Cliffs aren't like your middle school.
No.
You know when you go back to your middle school and you're like, this place was small. Cliffs, when you revisit a cliff, you're like, God, I was crazy.
I was like, I used to dive off this. Today I'm only jumping. Fuck, I can't believe I used to. I love when you're doing a comedy. This is my most common interaction with stunt teams, is doing a comedy where there's like a gag, like you fall off the top bunk or something like that, and the stunt person's coming to do it, and the level of seriousness they bring about this, and you're like, oh, I wrote this dumb idea that someone just falls off a bunk bed, and now they're like, all right, so do you imagine the head is at the foot of over here? And you're like, I haven't imagined anything except for the idea that it's funny if someone falls.
I thought it was the bunk bed.
And he's like, all right, so what do you want us to do? You want us to hit, roll? Do you want to drop, flop? And you're like, what are you talking about? You know? And then when and that's like the dream when the department has thought about what you pitched like so much. And you're like, oh, bring that expertise and let's. This woman stunt doubled for Betsy Sidaro falling off a bunk bed, and she did it like 4 times, and I was crying my eyes. It's like this woman just put like a little top knot in and rolled off the fucking bunk, and she was just boom land. I'm like, oh, so what do you do? Like, we just put a pad there. And I'm like, wait, so she does have to fall off the bed?
That is something you forget, is that it is another human who actually does the thing that hurts.
Right? They're a professional. Don't worry. I'm like, oh, so you have a trick to do it? They're like, yeah, we put a 1/2-inch mat there. And you just know how to land better than other people.
Well, yes, I mean, which doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
No, yeah.
If we get a nice big squishy mat, then it's like, oh my gosh, this is the best day ever.
What's the secret to landing?
A lot of it is just like knowing how to roll. And actually, I teach that. I've been teaching ninja more often. And so the first thing we do in all my classes is work on how to fall safely. I had to do that with my mom because she started doing ninja when she was like 65, which is terrifying.
How much did she leave you in the will?
I don't know, but she's crushing it. She competes now. She's 73.
In ninja?
In ninja. It's unbelievable.
I want to watch fucking Senior Citizen Ninja. That's
badass. We need to pitch that to Peacock.
Please.
America's top senior citizen ninja.
What the fuck? Wait,
it's so
your
cool.
mom saw you did your mom have like an athletic background?
She was a dancer.
Oh, right. Okay.
She swims.
So genetically, you're a little predisposed to.
I didn't realize how much until I saw like when she started working out, and I saw like how shredded she got. I mean, it is also hard work. We're both like kind of obsessively determined. It took her 3 years to get her first pull-up. So I think a lot of women say like, oh, I'm just a person who can't do pull-ups, which is.
A lot of men say that. I can't do pull-ups.
Well, it's a fair thing to assume if you've tried consistently for a year and it's not working, then like I can see why someone would conclude that. But she just was too stubborn to accept that. So she tried for a year, didn't work. She got a personal trainer. She kept working on it for a year, still wasn't working. 1 year later, she got her first strict form pull-up.
Damn.
And now she can do 15. It's insane.
Jesus Christ, that would be so embarrassing for me.
I'm having like sense memory reaction to the presidential physical fitness test, and it's giving me nausea.
I'm just
like,
thinking about
you can do the bent arm hang, you fat fuck, you know. And I'm like, I'm still trying.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a hotel gym, and I'm like thinking about doing it. Never really do pull-ups. I walk over, grab the bar, look over next to me. There's like a Hasidic woman on her 90th rep. With a kid on her back.
That's like me. I go to grab the pull-up bar and then I see the lat pull-down machine. And I'm like, that's actually more my speed.
I do that too, though.
You do that.
So that's a great, So I have, like we were talking about those energy systems and the training for climbing. I'll do, on my aerobic day, I'm going to do 10 to 12 pounds per arm and just do like
high rep,
10 to 20 minutes.
Wow, just 10 to 20 minutes?
Because I mean, you go for a 10 to 20 minute jog, right? Like,
I mean, some do.
People do.
I think you're supposed to.
But if you think about like when you're training your aerobic system, that's normal.
Does anyone want to switch back to chairs?
Do you want to switch back to the knees?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That pillow might be V-hot. So then later on in life, you find Ninja Warrior. Granted, a sport is like literally invented in your lifetime that you can like.
That's exactly right. Yeah,
You're like, oh shit! I like gymnastics. I'm a pole vaulter. I'm yoked. I'm pretty fast. I could fucking. I can do the hand bike.
I know how to fall and roll.
Yeah, I got. I'm
Number
a
one
fucking
skill.
salmon ladder queen. Let's get the fuck out.
You
there.
know, the funny thing is, I was not strong when I first did Ninja Warrior. I mean, not for me. I could do.
You're much stronger now.
I'm much stronger now. I could do about 6 pull-ups when I first got on Ninja Warrior. But so I competed on a whim. It was way back before the show was really all that popular. I thought it was pretty fun. And right before they accepted videos for the next year, I tore my ACL.
Ooh,
and
that's a tough one.
It's a year recovery. So I knew I was going to be on crutches for a while. I do not have the discipline to stay out of the gym when I'm injured.
Well, you put it in your house.
You
can't even stay out of the gym when you're watching television.
I can't.
Yeah.
It's like, why'd I put this C2 rower on my toilet?
Oh, no.
What'd you tell her? Jessie injured herself severely.
Shit rowing.
Number one or number 2?
There's this, they invented this car where it's like, you can add to the battery life by pedaling. Like there's bicycle pedals. And I want this so badly.
Wow. Because I want to buy my own Waymo.
I forget what that is.
Waymo is the robot car where there's no one driving, but you can order it like an Uber.
That does sound kind of great.
I want to buy my own.
Now, do you want to buy your own to be your driver or to make money just running around the city?
No.
Just like when you're out of town, you can be like, Waymo, run.
Yeah, sure. If Waymo can bring in a passive income, that'd be great. But like, no.
Hey, Cole, you got to go clean Waymo.
No, I want my own Waymo that's like in my garage so I can get in it and be like, drive me here.
That sounds amazing.
I know. I hope we all.
Because I would take out the seats and then have a little mat.
Exactly. Have a little table in there.
Yeah,
I guess we were thinking about different things to do.
You would have a hash rolling table. Yeah. She would have a table to do a
green egg smoker.
Just making brisket, super fucking smoking in there. You like smoking weed and making brisket in a Waymo. You pull up to the function, like fucking Snoop Dogg.
People are like, yeah, he's fucked up. I'm like, nope, I have chicken.
I got six more hours till the turkey's done. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Waymo. That'd be so crazy. Like your kid's waiting to get picked up from football, and Waymo pulls up, and like you're just on the screen. Yeah, just get in the Waymo. I can't drive.
That would be really cool, though.
Well, pedaling your car. What an insane. We've gone full circle, and we are legitimately Flintstones.
How do you relax? How do you take care of yourself? How do you stay alive mentally so that it's not all weights and climbing and do you throw them? Do you like to get a drink? What do you like to do?
That is one of my biggest challenges, actually, because I love training. I love pursuing goals so much that it is hard to take a step back. But if I want to be the best I can be, it's important to include balance in that.
Wow, that sounds like something that you've said to yourself in the mirror
Or someone
before.
told you.
Or like a therapist
Or someone
was like,
hey.
That sounds like a direct quote from something where you're like, if you want to be, and like,
yes.
knowing your psychology based on just the hour of chatting with you, the fact that you have to go like, actually, the way to be the best athlete is to have 2 beers on Friday with your friends.
Yeah,
that's the best
you
bet.
definitely turned into a different person when you answered that question.
Yeah, your eyes rolled back in your head. You had like an accent.
So hard.
But do you like go see shows? Do
Make yourself cut loose is so interesting.
And do you like music? Do you like art? What are your outside interests?
I do like playing the ukulele.
There we go. There we go.
I sometimes...
Wait, let's not blow past that.
Okay.
How did you get into the ukulele?
I was on a family vacation in Hawaii, and it just looked really fun. So I got myself a $10 ukulele and was like, if you learn to play a song before you leave, you can buy a better one. And I met this guy on the beach who taught me how to play 7 songs.
What songs? Like, what was the first song you learned how to play?
What was the first one?
Because I feel like ukulele, it's usually the one from The Jerk, right? That's the one that I would... I know, you belong to... that's like the famous ukulele song, I feel like.
Or the Somewhere Over the Rainbow by the guy.
That was maybe like my 8th song.
Oh, wow, okay. Cool. And so now you play it, like, do you listen to like Eddie Vedder solo albums, or like, what do you...
I only play the uke on the assault bike.
You do that?
Not yet. Oh. No, but there will be some ukulele on my treadmill very soon.
Really?
That's definitely happening.
I always thought about if I could do that, if I could play guitar while I walked on a treadmill. But one time I tried to like have hand weights on the treadmill, and I fell really bad. So I was like, I probably can't do anything.
You don't want to smash an acoustic guitar.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I probably should just do nothing on a treadmill, but walk the direction it's going against.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be like on a treadmill and looking at my phone, and I'll be like, this is just as bad for me. Like,
as driving, yeah.
Oh yeah, you have to. I've found that if I'm going to be on my phone, it's better if I lie on my back with my head in a line.
Oh, so really?
That's a little...
Text neck is a serious thing, is what the PTs call it.
Yeah,
text neck.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It's terrible for your neck. It shortens your pecs, and then it gives you this posture that like it becomes hard to have good posture because your pecs are so tight that you're like resisting it all the time. So doing pec stretches is super important. But yeah, I try, if I'm like, I've switched from video editing on my computer to doing it on my phone, because then I can lie down and edit this way. And I very rarely drop the phone on my face, but...
Very rarely is not zero.
When you say editing on your phone, that's your content? That's the content that you're creating for the web?
For the most part, yeah.
Cool. And what are those videos? Are they workout videos? Are they...
I do want to do more tutorial videos, but most of them are just like doing dumb stuff in the living room. Like,
okay.
Like we'll set up a camera, hit record, and be like, watch this, and then
you'd like climb.
Or I mean, actually, we usually end up editing something as because we have monkey bars in the kitchen, so we'll cook pancakes while monkey barring.
Wow, that sounds dangerous. They're like open flames.
Oh, you should have seen when we were chopping vegetables with swords in handstands. It was a disaster.
Yes, we should.
Yeah, I should have seen that. All right, so you do, but what kind of music do you listen to when you work out?
Whatever my training partners are playing.
Really? There's nothing that pumps you up?
So many things. I'm not all that particular, though.
Will you listen to music when you do your mile trial time, or will you raw dog that?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Probably should.
Is it more meditative for you? Because like exercise, I feel like there's 2 modes I have.
Now.
Where like I can go into a gym with no music and get my stuff done, and it becomes very meditative, where like I'm thinking about anything else but working out, but I'm giving maximum effort with my body. And then sometimes I need like music to get me through the time that I'm in the gym.
Yeah, there's so many different energies. Like if I'm doing sprint day for my upper body, ends up being like max weighted hang for 10 seconds. So it's like I'll hang on a ledge with as many pounds bonus as I can, for 10 seconds.
With like Gabrus holding on to you.
Poor Jessie's arms are still on the stairs.
If we should try it. Because
Do you think these light rigs could hold it?
I don't even think that thing was able to hold me. So I'm a little
This thing's
Don't
doing
test
great.
me,
This thing, why? No, try the light rig. It's fine. They got a big Conan's got a big
do
deal.
not try that.
No, it's fine. We're serious.
If she gets hurt, we're fucked.
All right, I'll do it.
Yeah, you can go get her.
I know how to fall safely.
Yeah.
I know how to bounce a light off my head safely.
I think it's worth
You
trying,
think you
though.
could? You think you could pull up with Gabrus holding on to you?
No.
What
So,
about me?
Pull up. No.
But dead hang
Dead hang
is a little different.
I'm up to double my body weight on one arm.
What?
Will you hang one arm and have an extra 200 pounds hanging from you?
No.
Oh. Your
My
full
body weight
plus
my body weight.
Yeah. Plus your
Whoa.
One
clone.
arm.
You put your clone on your back, and since you guys weigh the same, it's just easier that way.
So, what's your favorite type of client, if you don't mind me asking? Because you're talking about training partner, people that you're actually training. Are you getting anyone into shape for? That must be also for you, like setting a goal, right? Like someone's like, I need to get into Superman shape, and you're like, I got you.
I always like to shift people's focus from how I want to look to what I want to be able to do.
Ooh.
Deep.
Because you can always keep adding skills, adding strength. Whereas with weight or appearance, there's kind of like an end goal. And once
Right.
you get there, maintenance is so hard.
Yeah.
There's like, when you're working towards the goal, then it's like you get this constant validation of like, I'm working on it and I'm getting a result.
Yeah, it's like if you lose your 20 pounds, it's like now I can't lose another 20. Now I have to
Right.
just stay here.
So
but
you
if
don't
you were
get
like,
that reward.
I want to shave minutes off my mile time or shave minutes off 5K or whatever, that's a goal you can work towards.
Right.
It's more
and then
quantifiable.
when you do it, yeah, it's quantifiable. And it keeps a little bit, I feel like it's a healthier focus to stay on a number that you can continue improving.
Right, yeah.
I think like eating disorder and body dysmorphia is so common in our society. And it's just like, for me, it's a
And we
much
might be in the
healthier purpose.
capital of it.
Yeah.
So
Right, yeah.
Los Angeles might be like the epicenter of American body dysmorphia.
You
Yeah.
want to switch back?
Sure.
You guys can use
that's more
chairs if you
comfortable.
want.
Unless
Like
that's more
I'm
No,
not
I'm-
Do
gonna
you
be
want to kneel?
offended.
Do you want to kneel? And
I'm
then
so
we'll both
happy
roll.
on this roller.
Okay, you like the roller.
I'm enjoying kneeling. I'm
All right,
doing a little
that's fine.
like hip opener, kind of
That's
like
fine.
Samson.
I was just
stretch kind of
checking.
thing,
I just
and I'm
want. I
enjoying it
wanted to be
over here.
fair. I didn't want to hog the roller.
Yeah, no.
You guys
Hog
need
away.
another roller.
I know. We'll never do this again.
Okay, that's fair.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get the Wally chair and lay back. I just have a microphone that hangs over me, and I go, "Thank you for coming in."
Oh my gosh. It's like my nightmare.
And I'm going to turn into a little robot that delivers Amazon packages.
You're gonna become a Waymo.
No, Jesse, you are just the greatest and truly a hero of our industry. We would not be making television shows without you. And
I ended up being an actor, but it was because I grew up watching action movies, so I clearly, obviously liked stunts. I liked men's muscles and stunts, I think. Complicated. Let's figure out what the Q means.
but truly, we are indebted to you, and so thankful for you to come and talk to us and tell us a little bit about your hacks and ways that you're staying alive. Is there anything that you would like to plug or definitely your social so that we can catch those videos?
Yeah, and we'll put that in the show notes and stuff too. But if there's anything else you want like people to be aware of that you're doing, let it.
Sure. During the strike, I worked on an invention that I have been wanting since my first year in stunts. Because as you know, once we get on set, like we come in, we rehearse a fight, we get it perfect. We have all these super cool moves. And then right when we're about to shoot, they hand us our high heels.
Right.
And we're like, oh, cool. Let's
How am I
take
supposed to do
out
that? Yeah.
all the most interesting moves or risk breaking my ankles. And so I asked the costume department, hey guys, can we just like cut off the heel? Like, what if we just cut it off and I walk around on my tippy toes? And they're like, that won't work. Like it's a rigid shoe. So they don't bend that way. And I was like, oh, okay, what if we just cut off the whole bottom of the shoe and wear it like a spat? And they just looked at me like I was a lunatic because that doesn't exist. So I made
Tell
one.
now.
Whoa!
So
Awesome!
the heel is just a sponge. We're working on, we're developing different technology so it'll be more durable. But the prototypes have sponges So I can walk around on my tippy toes and look like I'm in heels. But the second I want to do a backflip
or a sprint or anything,
or a sprint,
but also how great for just the comfort. Everyday woman that is walking to work or walking to
you don't even necessarily need it for stunts.
Yeah, I mean that
just
changes.
Chase down the Waymo.
Yeah, it truly like that changes. That changes the game. I mean, heels are like one of the things that I never understand how women walk in them after wearing them just a couple times. Like it's like wildly uncomfortable.
So bad, and like they literally cause deformity in your feet over the years.
Right.
Like they cram your toes together. They can cause nerve problems, like bunions, hammer
toe. You got to
toe.
widen up that toe box, baby.
And you're doing stunts in them. So that is an amazing invention. Well, we're no sharks, but we would buy it.
Yeah,
we want to be involved.
Yeah, let us know if you need us to do ads about like.
Yeah, we'll read ads for free for those.
Yeah, I'll wear them.
Yeah,
we'll wear them in an episode
for sure.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
By the way, we've done a few episodes of this show. You were a fantastic guest. We've never had a guest say, so do you have anything you want to plug? And they said, well, I invented something. You're the first person who has been, and most people are like, I made a movie, check it out, or I'm doing this, check it out. You're like, well, I invented a product.
Truly for the good of the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And womankind.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And all our feet freak listeners get pumped.
Yeah. We are going to have
intended,
to we are going to have to blur that part out. Because our listeners are disgusting. Disgusting.
That'll make you feel so uncomfortable. It's not the listeners as much as the hosts.
I forgot. I'm known for like the most wholesome, family-friendly show. So all of my Instagram followers are like, my daughter looks up to you. So
well, now they look down on you.
It's a very different.
Well, here's the thing you get to do is blame us for everything if anyone asks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
But no, you're fantastic and amazing, and thank you so much for being here. And
Jessie,
I hope that invention sweeps the nation.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to put a walking treadmill underneath my toilet, and I'm going to get a standing toilet.
Under your toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, forget standing desk. I need a standing toilet. I don't know how it works.
I'm going to get an incumbent toilet.
I don't know what that is.
So I can just row my hand.
A recumbent.
Like an incumbent. Oh, incumbent? We're done. We're done.
I want to get a toilet that's already been elected to its position of toilet.
What do they call that kind of bike?
Recumbent.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, now I can't think of it.
Cucumbent. It's a cucumbent bike.
Cucumbent melon. Bath and Body Works cucumbent.
Oh, but thank you so much again.
Yeah, thank you.
Man, that was an awesome chat. Again, another guest that like inspired me. I'm like, I don't exercise enough. That's all I could take away was
I kept thinking like, God, I exercise all the time and I don't do it right. Like there's so many factors that go into exercise. Does it make you want to do like
shake up a little variety in your training?
It makes me want to just like maybe talk to someone that knows what they're doing, and instead of me being like, oh yeah, I do arms on Tuesdays and Thursdays and I do legs on Wednesdays. It's like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, she was truly like, I'm like, I don't do shit at home. Like, I don't even do push-ups. And this woman has like no furniture.
She's watching White Lotus and getting in a superset.
She's doing hang power cleans during Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah, it's like truly.
She loves HBO Sundays.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't?
We all do.
I wish there were more. I wish there were more appointment television.
A truly informative guest. We're going to be investors in Hero Heels. We're going to be
100%. No, I love Hero Heels. I'm going to be an investor and a client.
We're going to show up at her house to train in her living room, rip her fucking banister off the wall, trying to climb on it. I'm going to end up in the basement going through 2 floors.
I think my favorite part of the episode was, could you do a hang with Gabrus on you? No. What about me? No. Okay.
Can you at least say out loud which one would be easier?
No, she was like, you're the same thing. She looked at me like, in my head, I was like, well, then I might be a little easier. But clearly, no, I'm not any easier than anybody.
She can hang with double her body weight. So if say she weighs 100 pounds, she puts another 100 pounds on and hangs by one arm. Jesus Christ. I can't even wipe.
All right. Thank you. Good, thank you.
Hey, do me a favor.
No, stay alive.
guys bands in case you guys wanted to do some glute exercises.
We were up late doing glutes last night.
Yeah.